What's going on, guys? Today we are back back up here at the shop finally, and got the old girl sitting up here. Ignore him, that's Cade. He's like my best friend. You may notice a couple new things on the car, but not much. It's been sitting for quite a while. It's got more cobwebs on it than I know what to do with. But anyway, we're back, kind of getting show prepping it. As you know, Foxtoberfest is fast approaching. I believe the dates are October 27th to the 30th, I believe, this year. A little later than normal. Nothing bad though. The car will be there. If we have our way about it, she will be there. But the kind of what's been going on and kind of the background, haven't touched the car in a while, but we have K-member in a car. We put that in, let's say 6-8 months ago, probably. I do have control arms for the car right here. Brand new Maxim Motorsport. They got delivered Wednesday, I believe. Wednesday or Thursday of this week. And really the main thing that we're trying to do with the car is get it, well, I'm not going to tell you that. We'll see how that goes, and then we'll fill you in. Maybe get a little bit of interest. We'll go from there. But anyway, today's project is to try to get some of this body filler gone. I talked about it before and a long time ago, that the car has a lot of filler in it. Well, nobody would sandblast the car, wouldn't take the time, so we're gonna do it ourselves. But instead of sandblasting, we have a grinder and a 40 grit paper. Which is not necessarily the best thing to do here, but it is definitely working, as you can tell. This was done last weekend. We just me and Dad was kind of messing around. He's currently at work, so me and old Cade are over here today, sitting there hanging out. Up here today, goofing off, doing a little bit of work to it. But anyways, been away for a while now. Been probably about 1.5 years now, I guess. If anybody really wants kind of an explanation or something like that, I will go into that at a later date. If anybody wants to know, I don't really know. Kind of personal stuff, but I don't mind to talk about some of it. But yeah, so we're back. Hopefully try to do a video a week, if not every 2 weeks. Kind of depends on how it plays out with my work schedule and Dad's. Dad kind of works some funny hours. Again, but we have this car, which obviously everybody knows, everybody loves, known as the rotisserie car, as you will, Old Smoke. And we have a new car to the channel, which is going to be a budget-minded car. All budget-friendly stuff. Nothing high dollar, nothing big, nothing really impressive. Just kind of a throw-together car to see what we can do with it. Here you go. It is the convertible. It is a 89 GT. As you can see, she's been sitting for quite some time. I have some backed up footage of this car that we actually got it running. First time it's ran in, what did I say, 2 years? 3 years? No, 4 years. Car's been sitting. So we have it. I kind of do some side stuff with it. I have a video I can put out of it. Obviously people want some interest in that car. We don't do a whole lot with it just because of time stuff with Smoke, obviously. But it is kind of a fun little side project because there's not a whole lot of people doing DIY kind of like budget stuff now. It's more mainly all your high-end stuff or your expensive stuff. So I want to kind of help the people that can't necessarily do all of this stuff, which I'm also one of those people. So the budget-friendly car, and we'll say that we got it, for a decent deal. But more to come on that later. I can film some stuff with that after a while. So, the other thing, the cowl is missing a couple pieces. It's got to come out. I don't know. We haven't decided yet if we're going to do what we did with my old car clone or if we're going to just put a piece over the whole thing. Have not decided yet. Kind of possibly thinking just sheet the whole thing, because realistically this car will never see rain when it's done, except we get caught out in it somewhere. But nonetheless, let's get straight into this. So, little update right quick. Well, I already rolled the car back, but this is pretty much all done. Got the rocker done. It's done all the way out through there. And the car's not, it's not that bad. Like I said, this is not the way most people would do this, but it's really the only option I have at the current moment. Well, and as you guys know, bondo is definitely not as strong as metal, so it comes off pretty easy. And the panel is sort of surface rusting. It's been here for a week, but the car should be an epoxy primer not too long from now. Realistically, once we get all this knocked off, the roof done, the other side done, at that point we need to do the cowl in it, get some other stuff tidied up underneath the car, and then we'll start coming in here with the air tool, you know, a little disc grinder, you know, take all this out. A bit of rust right there, but we can get rid of that. You know, we'll do the door jambs, we'll do the pinch welds up here, all of this stuff inside right here. We'll do all that. The sail panels in here, tail light panel, stuff like that for the outside. Just, you know, something that's not going to be as abrasive as the 40 grit, but at the same time we'll knock it off. Also, right in here has a lot of filler in it. I mean, I don't know if y'all can see that on camera or not, but right there's a good bit right there. So whenever they did this car, they did a really shitty job. And I'm just going to put it that way. I hate to be that way, but that's the way it is. So we are going to do that. I'm going to try to do this right here. And then probably do this A-pillar right quick. He's over just hanging out. He doesn't talk a whole lot. He's nervous, I would think. But anyway, we're going to do this sail panel and this A-pillar, and we'll get you guys set up so you can watch. So I got the sail panel and the A-pillar done. A-pillar turned out pretty good. There's a little small hole right there I have to address. That's done. That's through there. You may have caught a glimpse of that. I just want to say one thing. I'm going to rant for just a second. If you go to paint one of these cars, do not, please, for the next guy, do not paint the car, bondo it, paint it, bondo it, paint it, bondo it. Years and years and years of this just crap. Look at this. This is, I don't know how many layers, and I've talked about it before in this video, but I never really realized how bad the roof actually was with bondo. The corners I thought were bad, and I wish just you could feel this. I wish y'all could feel that. That is a significant incline, you know, and that's the bad thing. This car, just on my assumption, with the amount of layers that are on it, this car's probably been painted, primed, had body filler on it a minimum of 4 times. That's entirely too many. You don't just keep doing it. And obviously it'll stick, apparently. I mean, this paint's not worth anything anyway. I mean, it's pretty tore up. Excuse me, I'm sweating a little bit here. It's a little warm today. But this is just unacceptable. And it's so bad that literally there is a stream of bondo going that way, you know, from it. You might hit 1 or 2 sparks. I mean, Cade was just watching a second ago and was just telling me. I mean, you see 1 or 2 sparks and then the rest of it's just a stream of filler. And that's what's so bad. Even if you were to sandblast this car, which Dad attempted to on the other side, it takes so long in one spot just to get any sort of metal. And mind you, I'm not going straight to metal. You know, I trimmed out a little bit here to find the line, you know, kind of where it's at. And the bad thing is, you know, I understand body filler. You got to use body filler to straighten a car out. And I get that. Trust me, I do. But you don't have to smear the whole car in mud. Like, I kid you not, there's probably, what'd you say, there's a 5-gallon bucket of damn filler on this car? You know, pardon my language, but it's very frustrating as somebody that got this car, you know, assuming that it wasn't this bad. But granted, that was years ago, and we knew what we signed up for after the fact. But this is crazy, and I have this whole roof to do, like this whole thing. I mean, just the roof, I'll probably have, what, 1.5 to 2 hours in probably, just grinding the roof. And now, mind you, I forgot to mention earlier, we're gonna go back over all of this with D8s and smooth all of this out. And believe it or not, it's actually not that bad. It's actually pretty smooth. I mean, right here's a little bit rough. It's a little rough right through here. I don't know if that's part of my own or if that's just metal or what that is. I know, I think the roofs were leaded on, or not necessarily leaded. I don't know, but I mean, that's kind of how that acts, because it's not doesn't feel like any of this at all, nowhere on this car. And it doesn't feel like any of this, so I don't know. And I know right there is about where they were joined at. But anyway, my rant is over. I'm gonna keep trucking along with this little test piece and see how long it takes. Well, finally, I got that little piece done. A little patch. What do you say that is? Probably 14 inches by 10 inches?
Just about.
Yeah, it's somewhere in that ballpark. Obviously, my measuring skills are not the best. Anyway, it's finally done. I'm going to try to finish out this part right here, down, this whole piece here. I may leave the rest of the roof for Dad. Give him a little surprise. This was his idea after all. Leave him a little something. But I also want to do that another quarter panel today. I'm gonna try. Hopefully. But if not, we've got a little bit done. I would like to get a little more done, but this right here, I probably spent what 20-30 minutes doing just this right here or more. That's entirely too much Bondo. And you know, some of it will be added back. Obviously, you know, primer, filler, stuff like that to smooth the car out, but this is just awful, like terribly. And you can see, I don't know if y'all can see it. Can y'all see all that? Let's see. Yeah, see them layers right there? There's several layers there of just junk. And I think the worst coat of Bondo is that bottom layer, that very, very bottom. Everything else seems to come off pretty quick except that bottom layer, and it just seems like it takes forever. And obviously for me touching, I'll wipe all this down before we leave. So that way it'll sit a little bit better. But we're gonna take a break for just a second, and we're gonna jump back on this rest of this roof right here. I'll be back. Made a little discovery. One, there's a couple divots right here. Looks like the hood's blown up. And look at this. Like, look at this. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, you can kind of see it. It's not even like stuck. I can only just peel this off with my finger. There's a lot of little places in here like that. Evidently, the hood is blown up at some point in time, and somebody didn't do the right repair. They just kind of stuck it on there. I'm gonna dive in a little bit further into this and see how bad it actually gets. I'll be back in just a second. Anyway, made an interesting discovery. There is holes in the roof where the hood is blown up at some point in time. They're not bad though. I mean, they're really not that bad in the grand scheme of things. But they do need to be fixed the proper way. Those just had Bondo over top of them, so trying to debate if I really want to continue on the roof or if I just want to transfer over and do that other side. Yeah, we'll probably do this quarter over here. We'll turn the car back over on the other side and knock it out. Anyway, yeah. So we're up here, and the wife finally decided to join us. She's here. A smiling wave, boys. Anyway, that's my fiance. She's well, her name is Robin. Sorry. She's fixing to leave to go to work because she's being a pain. Anyway, we're gonna crack on a little bit more. We got probably about another 2 hours, probably 2.5 hours. We can hopefully knock this old quarter panel out. All right, so after another hour and a half probably of busting absolute tail, I've got to take him back. He's got another engagement to deal with, and the wife is wanting me to go home shortly. She's about to get off of work, which she had to run back anyway. But kind of show you the car. Here you go, guys. she is bare metal. The quarters, rockers are done. Like I said, we still need to do the door jams. I'll probably do that with Dad when I have some more help. Kate is a tremendous help. Pretty much any help that I can get up here when doing this is you know, very grateful and appreciative of. The other side, nonetheless. A-pillars up there, quarters. This is sail panel quarter, rocker as well again. Probably what will happen next is we need to finish the roof. I did not finish the roof due to time, and I'll let Dad have a little bit of fun with that. Show him a little bit of love. Anyway, so that'll be that, and then I'll probably do these here pretty soon as well. But there is another thing. We do need to get some more signatures inside this car. We've got a few, but not too many. We'll definitely be doing that. I'll be putting my control arms in pretty soon. I was gonna do it today, but I forgot some grease, silicone grease to put them together as you need it. Apparently, it's Delrin bushings is what's in those. We ordered the standard offset. I'll get into that in a different video. But anyway, you got anything, Dad? Nothing? Well, we're gonna sign off for the time being, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stick around.